I'm Kiana, and I've sort of been compelled to make this little series of um, my own spiritual awakening, my New Age beliefs, how I got there, why I believe this, who it has made me, and whatever, blah blah blah. That's not a dog, y'all. He killed. I have a little frog in my throat right now. I'm a dog person, in case you haven't noticed. I don't like cats, but they like me, so I don't have any say in the matter. But I've never owned a cat, but stray cats come up to me whenever I go to somebody's house. Their cat is like, "Hey," and people are like, "My cat doesn't like anybody." I was like, "I can't do anything about it." So, if you have a cat, a dog, or anyone under the age of 3, they're my friend, and I can't help you. I could take your kids if I wanted to. They would come with me willingly. But that's just a part of, I think, me and my energy. And I identify not as a dog, but like with dogs. Like they're the closest thing on the planet for me to who I am and how I want to be treated and what I love, and the energy of love that I love is like dog energy. That loyalty, that friendship, that kindness, that heightened awareness, even the aggressive playfulness. Just, I love that. You want to go? You want to go? Let me know if you want to get back up here. Okay. So, here, chew my shoe if you want to. So, I think what I wanted to leave off was talking about some of my own health issues and things that make me who I am, and a little bit what makes me a better empath. I am bipolar. The labels of like health and mental health and things, they're hard to describe because I don't have good starting points, I guess, for them to like relay. I have never been professionally diagnosed as autistic. I'm pretty sure I am. I think I have what was formerly known as Asperger's. If I talk with like my real voice, it's really, really low. It's a little bit monotone. It kind of bores people. I like it. Sometimes it's probably going to show up whether I wanted to or not because I'm working on unmasking. But as you can see, I can turn it off and on. I do have code switching abilities as a black woman in the United States of America. But I don't use it very often. But I do a really good Tony Braxton impression. Anyway, that was just me trying to sort of share it. Otherwise, my voice is extremely sing-song, and even that itself kind of confuses or interests or weirds people. Like, why is your voice so sing-song? And I was like, because my natural voice is extremely not. And I have learned to have less shame about myself and my voice and who I am over the years. But in younger years, I learned not to be me. And so it took a long time to change me. It'll take a less of a long time, but some time to revert back to who I truly am. Where'd you go? And so I am bipolar. That's professionally diagnosed. I believe I am definitely autistic. I have anxiety. I don't know. I've had extreme depression because of the bipolar, so I've also been very manic before. I don't know. I don't really want to go into those. Maybe we'll do that some other time when we're talking just about mental health, because they're just so much story of their own. Those things, those years of figuring them out, medication, not medication. I am no longer medicated. Plenty of doctors do not agree with me about that. But I've had a college level of therapy. And so I feel strong enough to handle it on my own. I've been doing so for a handful of years. And I'm not saying people shouldn't take medication. I'm not medication averse at all. I believe in it. I believe it's important. I believe it's helpful, especially in the beginning. I'm okay with staying on it for the rest of your life or not. I just say find the answer. Find the help. Get the help. Whatever the help is, get it. As long as it's not also harming you, get it. So basically though, what this has done is it's put me in my head a lot. I've imagined a lot of scenarios of pain and agony and being in the past, being in the future, worry, having anxiety is not fun. Being manic means I've had whole episodes of I need to move to New Jersey right now, and that urge and job search and go to freaking New Jersey and find a job and do all those things are gone in 2 weeks. No desire, no need, no want, don't miss it, don't care. But it was like the most important thing I needed to do for 2 weeks. And now it's not even on the radar. It doesn't even matter. Everything's fine where I am. So mania can be very scary. It can be very scary. It can also feel great. It's like a real high. I can make a whole website in 18 straight hours. Not healthy because you're not eating, you're not sleeping, you're not drinking. You're just like making a website. And maybe that website turns out fantastic, but you've also harmed yourself to do it. So mania is productive sometimes, but scary. And it's not fun when it becomes like sexual or shopping spree, financially. Probably. So people don't know what bipolar is. They think it's happy 1 minute, sad the next. It's pretty much pick any mood, urge, sensation, and like strengthen it, and then put it on 17 instead of 10 for weeks, maybe months, not days, not hours, weeks, months. If you're having some sort of rapid cycling from day to day or something, that's a different mental health issue. It's encroaching upon bipolar. Many of our mental health issues are overlapping. So there you go. But anyway, the point is having all these different thoughts, things that aren't me, being extremely sexually promiscuous or even wanting to be is not me. But having been inside that mindset for a while, now I understand someone who is. And then pick that for any other sort of mood. Having thoughts of harm when that's just not me. But now maybe understanding someone who does. It doesn't know why and can't get rid of it, or no one's listening. I have a friend in life. I had in younger years, I had a friend in life who had a baby very early. And you know, this baby is cute. This baby's so cute. So I'm walking around with the baby. I'm 14. I got the baby in my arms. Like, yay, baby. People think the baby's mine. People stopped their cars in the street, pulled over to curse me out, to say, that's a damn shame. You should have kept your legs closed. People in the grocery store paused to tisk at me, to say rude things to me. And I was like, are teen mothers going through this? What the, like, the cruelty, the random, sporadic. I'm literally just standing in line trying to get me and my little baby friend here some juice. This cute little person. And just being inundated with slurs, just cruelty. Just tisking, just shame, just should have kept your leg closed, like you're slut, and just what in front of the baby. So I didn't know that, and this is what I mean by God giving me experiences that are not mine to teach me a little empathy for other people. And so I have just learned to listen, to look, to pay attention, even things that are not mine, to acknowledge things. When I was in grammar school, uh, I live in a cold climate, so I would wear a scarf on my head because my earmuffs would always break. It pissed me off. The hat would flatten my hair. That pissed me off. Nothing else would really work, and I needed my head and my ears to be warm. So I wore a scarf, and I kind of wore it sort of like how you would wear a hijab, I guess. So it was just a regular scarf, and then I would tie it around my neck. And ridiculously, because I go to class with the same paper, people would ask me all year, "Are you Muslim? Are you Muslim?" And I was like, "No." And who cares? And you see me take the damn thing off when we get in. So no. But like, people ask me all the time if I was a Muslim just because I had this scarf on my head for the winter, and only in the winter. And I took it off every day because when we're not outside, we're in the building, and then I only put it. So even as a kid, I was aware that the vague, ridiculous level of who cares and why do y'all keep asking and why is it important to you? What if my answer wasn't no? What if I was Muslim? Then how many more questions would I get? How much will people care? No one asked anybody wearing about a cross on their neck. We didn't have anybody with a bindi in our school, but like, I was aware that the extreme awareness of different can be a problem, can be a trigger, can be intrusive. And again, this is an issue that's not mine. I'm not Muslim. I don't have to deal with this every day. I didn't know anyone who was Muslim. None of us knew anybody who was Muslim, which is possibly why they were so curious. However, I got a whisper of the harassment that you would get were I Muslim. I went to grammar school with deaf children. I don't know if that is the appropriate way to refer to the situation. I apologize, but that was how we referred to it when I was younger. We called them the deaf kids. Now here's the problem. I'm in grammar school. Normal school, there's just a small group of people who are the deaf kids, right? But they didn't tell us anything about them. They didn't tell us anything about them. All we knew is they were the deaf kids, and that's it. Honestly, having gone to a normal public school where this was the situation, the opportunity for them to introduce everybody to one another so we could all get to know one another and talk and understand was there, and they never exploited that opportunity. So what happened was basically the deaf kids are just in the hallway, and some of them are making noises, and some of them have on a helmet, and some of them are rocking. And I swear to you, it probably took me until I was in my 20s to realize that those kids were not just deaf. Like that wasn't even the appropriate description to give us. That fed the old ideology of deaf and dumb, because they didn't tell us there was a difference between being deaf and maybe having a delay or autistic or anything. I don't know what was going on with those kids because they never told us. But now that I'm old enough, it wasn't just that they were deaf, and they probably weren't even all deaf. So they didn't tell us anything, and that makes me angry. But it, again, an issue that's not mine. It gives me a glimpse into how they were being treated, how they were being ignored, how they were being isolated, how people weren't educating anyone on their existence, even when they were literally in our face every day. How we were so oblivious as children that we didn't ask questions because we didn't know that we should, because they gave us information and we thought we had it. So being able to just see other people's prejudices, other people's oppression, how other people are harmed, ignored, not listened to. I'm a caregiver, right? For so many years, I've watched so many women in my life be ignored. Just their pain be ignored, dismissed. That's not happening. It's in your head. Um, just try to relax. Just go home and get some rest. Go lose weight. Whatever it is. Your teeth hurt, go lose weight. So just, I've watched medical gaslighting on levels that ignore a stroke. Like the medical gaslighting that says the stroke we're currently witnessing is not real. It's in your head. Anyway, I've witnessed other people's issues, oppressions, ways that the world has been cruel to them for their thing, their difference, their issue, their presence. And it has given me the ability to be a better empath, to walk in someone else's shoes, to pause and listen to why they feel the way they feel. That, yeah, maybe they don't believe what I believe because they were never taught it, because they've never come across it. There's this constant thing in like social media comment sections where like, I can't believe you didn't know that. We've been doing that for 20 years. So, why on earth do you believe everybody has the same life as you? Why on earth do you think everyone has the same experiences as you? They just simply don't. They simply do not. There are people who've never seen a black person in person. And it's just your expectations, your assumptions about what people should know are ridiculous because they don't. They do not. And sometimes it really seems like they should. And you want to call it common sense, but most common sense isn't even common sense. It's not common sense not to touch something that's hot. That's not common sense. Experiential. You touch something hot and realize, fuck. And then you don't do it again. That's not common. It's not like, you don't come out the box like that. There's no innate sense, okay? So common sense is really just this thing where you're saying everybody should know that because everybody's experienced it, but everybody hasn't. Everybody hasn't. So common sense is a ridiculous concept. You know what I think is a ridiculous concept? Fairness. There's no such thing. It's never existed. It's never existed. It's never happened. It's not real. The world's unfair. So why do we want it so bad? Why do we want something that doesn't exist so bad? I mean, think about it. It's just not true. It's not. It's not true. Of course, things have happened balanced before, but fairness doesn't actually exist. Only unfairness exists. Things have been and always will be unfair. There's no such thing as fair. It can't happen. So this goal to get it is crazy. It's crazy. That's how I think. That's what I think of common sense. It's a similar sort of concept. I think after sort of having these experiences that belong to other people and getting to know them and view things from a variety of points of view, it has also helped me learn how to let things go. Because, being in the supermarket with a baby that isn't mine, but being called a slut, I know I'm not a slut. It ain't even my baby. And I know that they're wrong. I know they're a cruel person. I know that what they're doing is wrong. It is not helpful. It's not kind. It is coming from their own place of pain. And it has really nothing to do with me. That they were taught to be this type of cruel. That they were taught to believe women who do this are this, and that it's okay to treat them this way. So that allowed me to learn how not to hold on to things because many of the experiences that I've had didn't belong to me, so I couldn't hold them. And so now I've learned when I do take something from someone or sit with someone or listen to them, I've learned that you can do this without holding it. You don't have to. You can let it go. You don't even have to feel. You don't have to feel. You don't have to mirror their exact pain. And you definitely don't have to mirror their pain when they're gone. They're not even in your presence. So you can let it go. That's just my experience with walking in other people's shoes, not even intentionally at times, just what I was given by the universe so that I could see from multiple angles, so that I could see from a worldly point of view. And this is one of the reasons why I'm able to see the leaves, the trees, the forest, the ants, the earth, the planet, the suns, the universe, the galaxies, all of it. Like I can go in and out because of those experiences, and taking myself out of the equation, putting myself in the equation, being an outsider from within. It's pretty cool. It's like being like a spy, like a secret operative. So it's been pretty cool, a little painful, but now I value it. I appreciate it. As a person with mental health issues, as someone who's seen other people's oppression, I feel so good about the way that I can listen to other people and connect with them and figure out what's causing them pain, that invalidate their pain, maybe siphon some of it and remove some of it and let them move on in the world without it. So that's kind of some of my empath story. I think the next step would be to talk about some of my beliefs about religion and like science. And so I'm going to come back and talk about that. I gotta go see what my baby wants.